Then I went to Sunway University. Also, I saw the website was so bland and boring. I was like, my God. And then I went to Taylor's. I saw this hot chick there on the fucking website. Hair was animated and she was like, come to America. Yeah, I'm going to America.
I'm going to America.
Welcome back to Yamcha Sessions Very Fast One. Happy 2025, motherfuckers. I should have said that lah. Now demonetized.
We didn't monetize in the first place.
Oh, that's true, that's true. But you know, because we did a video and then the title was Fuck Puchong.
What happened?
Yeah. The views is throttled like mad.
Oh, because it's what? Restricted?
Yeah, it's F *** lah, but you know, whatever lah, YouTube. You're just not part of the cool kid club lah, you know. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about your first dream job, I suppose, as a fresh grad, and also your end goal best job, right? So basically, what you were trying to go for is what's the best possible job you can go for as a fresh grad, and what's the best possible job you can retire at. So that way, at least people have a trajectory and new year, new me lah. So at least you can aim for that lah, right? I think also, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of people start to throw letter around March, April. So this is just to prepare you lah. Get ready to throw your fucking letter lah, bros. Hey. Let's go, man. Okay, so before we begin, maybe we can start with our own experiences. So just a quick recap of where we started and maybe what we could have done different. All right? Okay? So let's introduce each other's backgrounds first so that at least when people listen to this, they know why we went into that. Okay, we start with Vic. So Vic, what was your background and what was your first job?
My first job was I worked as a consulting engineer.
Okay.
Focused in M&E.
What is M&E?
Mechanical and electrical.
Okay.
Very much in construction.
Okay.
So,
and your degree was in mechanical engineering as well, right? Okay.
Yeah. So that was my first job. And then I became a SI, system integration consultant for National Railway.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I cannot say the company names.
Oh, serious? Yeah. I was actually going to ask you that. Okay.
Yeah,
but you can't say it, all right.
I can't reveal all those kind of things. But
what is it that you actually do?
That's what I first did. And then I went into tech consulting in...
Wait, sorry, with the first part, so that means you are part of the process to help build a railway. I know you're not physically building the railway, but what is it that you do?
Day to day.
In my railway stuff, so we had our first... mass rapid transport system, right?
Wow. How convenient. All right.
So I worked with a global vendor to implement the systems in which the control center, like, you know, every railway
has a station.
But not specifically for station, but for the OCC, what we call it as the operational control system.
Okay.
So just imagine, like, you are Lucius Fox. You can see a big screen.
You are Lucius Fox in Batman.
But instead of just Lucius Fox, there's like 100 people looking at the screen. Okay. Perhaps it's a bit like Houston during a rocket launch.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it looks.
Oh, wow.
I have a picture. I can show you all later.
Cool.
Yeah. So I was a Kuchi Meow implementing those systems everywhere.
I see. Okay. Interesting.
Do you think it's very difficult to get into that position? Because it is
I was
mass rapid.
100%.
Do you think it was a very challenging thing to do and not the average Joe can get into that?
No, it was extremely easy because they had too many people working on one single task at that point.
So at that time, it was easy to get into that.
Super easy. I think the hardest part about the job is that I had to work in shifts. So I had like 8-hour shift. I don't know, from like 12 to 8. And then 8 to like 6. And then I had another shift from like 6 to 12. 6 to whatever lah, right? 8.
Oh.
Right? Every 3 weeks you get to shift your working hours.
So it's not very consistent in terms of the hours lah, because every couple of weeks you would be having changes in your shift.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, let me go to Vincent. So what did you graduate and then what was your first job?
Well, I did business studies because at the time I was not sure what I was going to be, studying. At first I thought of like going for graphic design until I went to like Summer University and I was asking what's the graphic design booth. So there was no booth. There was just a couple of pictures hanging. And that's where I knew, oh, I'm not going to be pursuing this. So I was looking deep into myself, like, what can I do next? What interests me? So I think I'm naturally not very technical. And that's where I think back to the entertainment of The Apprentice. I was like, oh, people running around doing marketing. I think I do that. I'm interested in the show. So that's why I decided to go for business studies.
Okay.
And then after that, I ended up in marketing. But when you did business studies, right, it's hard to find jobs because all the marketing jobs that you look for in those job portals they say marketing, but it's really sales. But you're not trained as a salesperson. And the mindset to become a salesperson is very different from an office marketing job.
Very different.
Yeah, so ended up going into agency instead. So I would say that the first job, if you're in marketing, right, agency is actually a pretty good start because it trains you to know the entire funnel, know the entire integration of the process, and whether your marketing actually works or not, because you have to actually connect all the way down to sales and the other departments. But if you go into corporate, right, as a marketing, it's one of those like, you're not gonna make much difference. Because you don't you rely on agency to do the actual marketing work. So you just handle budgets.
You're just part of a system.
Yeah, so I spent a great, wonderful 3 years. Great, wonderful 3 years in a marketing agency. The downside is that marketing agencies don't pay you well.
They don't. They don't.
This is performance marketing, is it?
No, you know the funny thing is that before this, there's no such thing as performance marketing.
It's just marketing.
It's a SEM specialist. It is, they call it SEM specialist. And then for the past 4 years, I've been working myself. So I'm kind of a little bit in a way, not exactly too updated with the terms. And then all of a sudden, people tell me, oh, performance marketing. I was like, what is that?
Wow.
It's SEM. But no, it's like in agency, back then there was not much digital marketing going on. It was not even digital marketing, it's traditional marketing with print advertising.
Yep.
So that time, print is a dying industry. And agencies who relies on print is not going to be able to survive that much. So we do things like from branding consultancy, helping them to set up what is their branding identity. And it doesn't just mean like visuals, what looks nice, what colors, but it's really like, how do you translate your core beliefs? What is your actual mission to your tangibles, to your marketing materials, your messaging when you sell? Now that sounds like a good thing that you need to do in principle for marketing, but the reality is that sometimes the owners don't even know what is their mission.
They don't.
I'm here to make my money. I'm starting a new company, and this is what I kind of want to do. But at the same time, you also see a lot of founders, because most of our clientels are SMEs. So you get to see the heart and soul.
Okay.
So good work for marketing in the beginning. It just doesn't pay you well.
Okay. All right. What about you, Andrew? Actually, I know lah, but you might as well just.
What about you, Andrew? What is your background? I don't know.
When I came back to KL, I worked for this startup. It's a tech startup. Interesting business model. Helps you buy stuff from abroad.
Not allowed to say the company as well.
It went bust already. It's called Jetspree.
Yeah.
It's dead.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty interesting because
very interesting business model. Yeah. So it's like if you have a friend who's going to Japan, you ask your friend to buy you something from Japan. It's that, except it's a system. Yeah. So I did random stuff as you do in a startup.
Yep.
No specific role. Just did whatever the head honcho, the investors, just says he wants to do it, then you just do it. Yeah. That's the summary of it.
But what was your degree at the time? Maybe you need to elaborate a bit.
Started out with PR, and then when I transferred to the US, I decided to switch to commerce, subset of business. Which basically taught me fuck all. Like straight up nothing learned. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's my first job. I just did what the investor wanted.
But did you enjoy like the nature of work being a startup and nothing's really concrete?
Loved it. I think because in a startup you have, at least in my experience, it was 15 people when I joined. You work so closely together, the bonds you create.
It's almost like a flat organization structure.
Yes. Yeah. So it was very fun culturally speaking. But overall, I think I would recommend it from a first job perspective. Of course, there's a lot of risk in that. Job security is very uncertain, that sort of jazz. But you learn a lot.
In a way, I dislike fun environment working places.
Wow, look at you, man. The cringe. Jesus. Why do you not like fun?
No, I don't meant to say that just because I dislike fun, then I like the opposite. I like not fun. You know, it's like, but I don't like fun working places because it distracts you from working. And then it's like you get to work, you want to actually work, but then because we are fun, we are obligated to do things that are wasting time, such as like folding paper plane and then fly it around the offices, and you should partake. Or say, for example, after work, you should be, hanging out with your colleagues. But no, man, I just want to go home, go to gym, do my own stuff. So I just like that the fun working environment.
Do you think it's a clique thing that, it's just like you didn't really...
No, I think fun places don't have cliques.
No, I mean like you just didn't have like a couple of people that like you had fun with. Like, I don't know.
No, I generally... So I'm the kind
Prefer
of guy...
to be by your...
Yeah, for some of you guys who have watched this podcast, right, even though I talk about I don't like having lunches with my colleagues, but I have to, right? So it's the same time, it's the same instances where it's like, it's a fun place, we should do things together. Then I was like, yeah, let's do things together, but it's like, kind of want to go home though.
Yeah. I think I had the same sentiment with some of my jobs, but then when I started working out with like Yong and Nick and Raj and all that, then Jen's like, kind of envy that, man. Wish I had cool like friends / colleagues that I could hang out with.
Yeah.
At least y'all can be so high together lah. Fucker, you see my one?
Yeah, it really depends who you're working with lah.
Yeah.
Some it's as simple as you click with some people, you don't click with others lah. It's just who you end up working with.
Yeah. But what about you, John?
My one, wow. I wanted to be a graphic designer. Same.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I draw pretty well, decently, and I always wanted to be in animation and all that shit. Then after that, registered for Lim Kok Wing. Then after that, when I was about to join that, I realized like, am I going to be stuck behind the desk drawing all day? Or like painting or designing.
It's the same thought, man.
Yeah, I'm like, that's so depressing. Then my dad was like, you should go into advertising. It's better for you. You get to talk to people at least. You have a talent for it. So my mom told me you should go to America because it's where marketing is like the shit lah, right? Then I went to Sunway University also. I saw the website. It was so boring.
What, graphic design also?
No,
Marketing,
advertising. Then I saw the website. It was so bland and boring. I was like, my God. So boring, man. Then I went to Taylor's. I saw this hot chick there on the fucking website. Hair was animated, and she was like, "Come to America." Kind of like, yeah, I'm going to America.
I'm going to America.
Do drugs with me.
Yeah. No, bro, she was a babe, bro. I met Asian chick in New York or some shit lah. I don't know lah. I remember the image was damn sick lah, right? Then after that, yeah. So I sucked into advertising to go into advertising. Went to advertising. Then after that, I got my first job. Actually, I had multiple offers. And I clearly remember this. I was having dinner with my mom and my uncle, right? They told me, you cannot hack it on. Your generation all useless, cannot work. You should just go join client side. Let the agency do the work.
Also, there was already the perception that client side is work. You don't do work, right?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, they work in the agency, so their perception is, the client side doesn't really do work, right?
Yeah.
But I think clients do a lot of work, right? It's just different type of work. So when they were saying that like, okay lah, I mean, if you really say so lah, right, I might as well interview a few people. So I went for a couple of interviews. I went to interview at Tesco, Malaysia at the time. I interviewed at a couple of agencies. Leo Burnett is an ad agency. Ogilvy is an ad agency. And also TBWA, which is another American ad agency, all in Malaysia. I also interviewed for Ogilvy Singapore. Interview all. Then it was my dream to work in Ogilvy because I thought like, wow, Ogilvy is all the brands I like to work with.
It's the G.
It's the G. It's kind of like the big four in advertising lah, right? Not that Leo Burnett isn't, but basically I decided to join Ogilvy. And I think this was when I did a different thing than you because you joined the smaller agency and you learned so much.
Yeah.
I learned jack. I learned nothing. I went to a big agency. I learned jack nothing. You just learn how to fill in a form every day. It's called a brief.
Yeah.
Tell a designer that you need to design this. And the designer's like, design for what?
Oh, that's the worst part when you work in an agency, marketing agency, and then you have to like work with the designers who are always emotional.
Yeah, they're so
because they have artist pride and they don't understand business marketing objectives.
They don't. Not only that, the copywriters also not very nice. So when I were to write, when I was writing like lines as options, they're like, "Wow, your copy is so nice, you do lah." They're like, "It's just a suggestion." There was one time, there was my senior art director. I drew something. It was for Johnny Walker. I drew it. It was just a sketch. So in advertising, they call it a mock design. So I was designing and I thought like, it would be really cool if you could flip the bottle upside down and the Johnny Walker would read both Johnny Walker also. Because normally you flip it upside down, it's really upside down, right? So I thought, oh, you'd be cool, right? If you go to a bar, you can have both sides of the bottle, and then when you flip it with this machine,
drunk also you can read.
it's quite cool, right? Then the art director looked at me.
Do
He said, you draw already, I don't need to do lah. Just use this one, show client. Then I'm like, what the fuck, are you serious? This is the shit I have to do. 6 months was all it took. Then after I was like, fuck this lah. I went to a quote and unquote smaller agency, but it was still pretty big, 60 people. But learned so much. Man. Yeah, still learned so much. That was when I met Wing Kiong lah. Yeah, and at that time, dare I say, everybody wanted to work under him. He was like the go-to. He's like, hey, you all learn. You go under Wing Kiong.
Yeah, it's the same thing, man. When I was in my agency, I was working under the guy who has his name on the company itself.
Oh, shit.
He's basically the founder. It's a very small boutique agency, but the agency is really where, in a way, you get to work under a superstar marketing expert. And you get to learn so much under this person.
You learn a lot. Yeah. And it was a weird transition for me because when I was doing client servicing or account servicing or whatever you call it right at the time, I was actually thinking of quitting and going to F&B. And I was like, fuck this, I don't want to do advertising. You know, I'm damn depressed. I hate this shit. I picked up smoking. I don't want to do all this lah. Then I was having a cigarette with one of the art directors who was also resigning after 1 month. She's a senior art director. She's like in her 40s at the time. And she's like, I can't stand this place. So political. I cannot. Then she asked me for a cigarette. So I gave her a cigarette. And she's like, hey, actually you speak very well. You should be a writer. Then I'm like, I don't want to touch this industry ever again. She was like, no, I'm serious. I think you should really give it a shot. So after I gave her the cigarette, she called up my ex-boss. Rest in peace, Pix. She said, oh, you come for interview lah. Went for interview. It was at 10 p.m. Wow. She's like, no time the whole day. You only can come for interview at 10 p.m. And I'm not even hiring writers. Went for the interview at 10 p.m. and then I got the job.
Shit, you got a job that never existed.
Yeah. She wasn't hiring. And then she said, I love how you're so sociable. I think you'll do very well with the team. And I did, man. I love the team. Until today, we still have the same group. It's crazy. Yeah, call left. Shout out. So fun. And then things started going downhill after Wing Kiong left.
Right.
Yeah, people started leaving and shit like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So Vick, as a mechanical engineer, right? Are you a mechanical engineer?
I was.
And now what have you transitioned to?
Well, I went down a lot of different things. I did a lot of different things in the last 10 years. I've always tinkered around. So when I was working in the construction industry, and I mean technically the railway industry is also part of construction industry, I was very much interested in understanding how businesses work. So I was doing a lot of self-studies about, trying to understand how basic accounting work.
This is generally across all businesses, right?
All businesses, yeah. I mean, not one particular aspect, because as a consulting engineer, you also do a lot of budgeting. Then you also do some form of P&L within your mechanical and electrical scoping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to sort of be on the side of your client, and then you are the intermediary between the contractors and the owners, the client. Yeah. So you got to do, you got to impact your client in cost savings and all this sort of other
efficiencies.
Efficiencies. So then it got me really interested in things like, how can I translate this into like business aspect? Because I don't want to be on site. I'm not a site guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't like interacting with people on site. It's just not my personality. They are rough.
Yeah.
They're not wrong, but they are different.
Yeah.
Like I didn't study to be proper, just to be very rough.
Oh yeah, true.
That's just me. Yeah, but I know a lot of my friends who excel in that sort of areas.
Bro, Uran is fucking good at that.
Yeah.
Uran is like damn talented at that shit. He can do both one.
Yeah.
I'm quite shit at it.
So for me, it's like I want to be able to have conversations with stakeholders, although they sound fluffy 99% of the time.
Yeah, they do.
I think I vibe with them quite a bit more.
Actually, you do have that strength.
Yeah, you feel it. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
But I was only told about this strength, precisely what you mentioned, by my then girlfriend, who is my wife.
What a cliffhanger!
Yeah. So she was in a Big Four consulting firm. She was doing this stuff, and then she's like, on our first day, she told me, I think you should become a consultant. And like,
Dude, that's what all consultants say.
What
Just
is this?
saying. That's what all consultants say.
So what is this about? So the next few dates I went out with her, and then all I saw was she was out pulling up her laptop. What's that goddamn laptop? That
Fucking ThinkPad lah.
ThinkPad lah. My brother.
IBM, brother.
Come on, brother.
IBM
It's the red
ThinkPad.
dot, bro. It's the red
With the
dot.
red dot in
Yeah,
the
the
middle.
fucking red dot.
ThinkPad. All they do is fucking PPT. Then I'm just like, oh, is this what I'm going to do? It's okay lah. I just do my calculation, deal with the contractors. It's a lot better lah. But then I landed I landed a job in a really good Big Four with really good directors who held the team together for the next 4 years I was there. It was crazy good.
Are you allowed to say where? Or you live life in...
Might as well no need lah.
Don't
It's
lah.
like the
I
audience
think
doesn't.
It's okay lah. Whoever know me, they know lah. It's
Yeah,
fine
yeah.
lah. Let's just leave it at that.
Shrouded in mystery.
Hey, wait,
man.
so that means you went from mechanical engineering to like consultancy for businesses
Yeah.
in the form of numbers, is it? What would you call that?
No, I was very much focused on technology, like hardwares, softwares.
But what do you call that role itself? Like,
I suppose tech
It's
consultancy.
extremely vague lah. So I would just call it as tech consultant. There's a lot of things you do within it. Most consultants, they don't know what they're doing. So they rely a lot on self-development, understanding, being able to understand about something that you're going to implement faster than your client. That's basically the job.
What is an example of an experience that you went through like
for
that?
example, I was working with a client to deploy certain infrastructure. It was an infra project lah. So in which I had to sort of deploy APs. The cool word for this is APs, access points. So access points are routers. Okay. In one of the biggest downstream oil and gas plants in the world. Somewhere lah in Malaysia. Okay. And then, so that required me to understand how to configure these systems. And then we had a bunch of other IoT stuff that you need to configure. And then also like coming up with dashboard. So that's on the software side. Coming up with KPIs, understanding what KPIs would make sense for the client at the same time. So there's a lot of different aspects that I didn't know fuck all about. You know what I mean? So it's really learning about the job, and it's about how fast you learn. No, it's about how much faster can you learn compared to your client.
So that you can tell them.
So you
what
can
is
tell
the
them a
way.
great story. And of course, then it helps your director to be able to cross-sell a lot more other things that would benefit them.
So just to simplify, basically the project would entail you figuring out how to install several routers in this very difficult to install place. Then that way, when the whole system is set up, you would be able to distinguish what they need, how they can measure what is efficient and not efficient internally. Okay.
Absolutely right.
Actually, do you think that's a difficult kind of work?
Extremely difficult, bro. I kid you not. So after that project, I went on to a lot more easier projects, in my opinion. So I had the chance to also do like a sustainability assessment from ground up.
Wow.
Like zero to telling an energy company how sustainable or unsustainable you are in terms of the whole under the sustainability pillar lah. So that's that. And then I also had the opportunity to work with the largest retail store client in the world.
Uniqlo.
The answer is Walmart.
Never mind. Cannot say names lah. Okay, but in Malaysia, within Malaysia, because they were lacking behind, there were a lot of new competitors coming in the market. They were still the largest, but they were so bad in terms of like their tech enhancements. I think you all can guess already by now.
Is it Kamda?
Never mind, later.
No, it's Uniqlo, man.
Yeah. So having this, the only different thing, the only aspect within the entire network of business that they didn't have was the tech aspect of things. Simple things, give you a clue, like being able to pay wave. This particular retail store never had it, despite being the largest retail store in Malaysia for the longest time. They still are. So they never had like a loyalty program. They never had a good infra to even create an application. They didn't have a good infra to create a POS system that supported like PayWave and things like that. They only cash only.
cash only?
Cash only.
Retail store cash only?
Until 2022. Let me tell you all this.
2022?
Yes.
It's definitely not Uniqlo. Right?
Yes.
Definitely not, man.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes. Later. I cannot
wait,
say.
so-
I would not say yes to any of your guesses.
Does it?
So fucker, this guy. Does it rhyme with Smayon?
Does it end with N?
Yes.
Actually, I knew that for a start.
Yeah. So
Does it rhyme with Schmotten on?
so yeah, like, that's like the sort of scope of
Wow.
tasks within being a tech consultant.
I
So you
see.
don't know what you expect. It really depends on what your directors are able to sell at that point of time. And it's about quickly understanding what the business entails and then what you think is the issue within the business.
That is
You know,
so
I
difficult.
think that kind of job is like
Interesting.
very difficult because first of all, you're not in that line, right? You only have some basics that you may have known of from
Yeah.
a similar industry, but to be able to advise somebody who probably be in the business for so long, that is always like a daunting
It
task,
is.
you know.
Yeah.
But I think fresh perspective is always appreciated. So if let's say you had a consultant to come in and tell you that, like, oh, you can be doing this, it's always, I think, a little bit more accepting than your own internal telling you.
Yeah, but it also depends on age, right? So we're talking about
Yeah,
first
yeah.
job. I think we're probably somewhere like in
Yeah,
mid
yeah,
because
yeah.
I was talking about what
Mid-20s.
you're doing now already,
Yeah,
right?
quite
But
hard lah.
if when you're in your first job, I'm also
Damn
in the
hard.
account servicing. When you look young,
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
you say is convincing.
Yeah.
You just sound
Even
like-
if you speak well.
Yeah,
Honestly.
you just sound like somebody who is like, oh, you're actually asking me question rather than telling me a point.
Yeah.
Anything that comes out from your mouth, they'll take the opportunity to kind of correct you. Not all clients, but some of the big ones. That's why I kind of feel like, wow, it would be a difficult job, right? Because I can relate to my experience of having to advise like datos what they should do on their business model. That's crazy.
I think girls get it a lot harder too.
I think so. I think those
I
get it a
think
lot
even
harder.
when in your 30s, I think as a girl, quite challenging.
Yeah.
Like a guy, if you're mid-20s and you look like fuck all, like don't shave, I think maybe they like, oh, this guy work quite hard.
You know, as I grow older in my mid 30s, right, I'm very confident on how I dress, and it doesn't affect what are the thoughts that are the points I'm going to say to whoever I'm servicing. You know, it comes with age.
But the other component of consulting is also the element of responsibility. The clients can shift responsibility.
Ah, I see.
Should the implementation or recommendation go to shit somehow, lah, right?
They can blame you lah.
They can go up to the board and say, brother, it's them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
why.
as simple as that.
That's why. They
So
wash
like-
hands lah.
It's insurance.
Maybe just to shed some light onto consulting, right? There's a lot of heat in the market about consulting because a lot of people say, they talk about some of the largest companies in Malaysia, Malaysian companies, their C-suites hire like consultants and things like that. So the aspect, the pillar that I was in is very much things that are relatable, that are tangible, that you can feel touch and that it impacts you. And then you have the strategy consulting.
You have the MBB.
Wait, what?
MBB.
Yeah.
It's the Instagram where they make fun of like, bosses like, oh, no bonus, but here's a pizza party.
Oh,
But in essence, it's just about creating new visions, and just, expanding the story of your vision and your mission.
I'm
for your
familiar with
company
that
lah.
part as storytellers.
Yeah.
Those guys get paid top dollar, man.
What about you, man? From your first job to where you are at now, how different it is?
Not too different. The initial business model was, it was sort of e-commerce. Still in e-commerce today. So haven't gone very far, guys.
No, but I think Andrew downplays this, but I don't know whether you're allowed to say like specifics, right?
Yeah. I think it's okay lah. Like
Largest e-commerce.
second largest. Yeah. When after my first job went to Shopee, so that was the largest, true. But didn't do e-com. Did food delivery and payments.
Yeah, you did Shopee food.
Yeah. Shopee Food and Shopee Pay.
Yeah.
So super interesting business models also. Fucking shite businesses though.
But when you say you do it, like what is it that you do?
When I joined Shopee, it was Shopee Pay, mainly starting up their offline QR payment model, which it was very much a salesy sort of role.
You need to go and find people who are willing to.
Vendors and all
So
that.
all offline merchants, we needed to get our QRs on the cash register.
Damn hard.
Simple as that.
It's so simple, but it's so hard.
Yeah. So I was managing. So we like most tech businesses, we split our merchant pools by your big boys and your small boys. There's of course fancy corporate jargon to mask it, right? But I was handling the small boys. The small boys is, as you know, SMEs is like 99% of the market in Malaysia. So the small boys is a majority of it. So it's about identifying which small boys you wanna acquire and convincing the small boys to say, okay, I want to put your QR in front of my
Small
cash
boys
register.
is not even face-to-face, but not even Jojo. You know, small boys is like what? Individual owner.
The way we classified it is like Chili Pan Min Jojo would be small boys.
Oh, is it? Then big
Yeah.
boys is
Based on
McDonald's and all
volume,
that.
Big boys is QSR Group,
Mm.
McDonald's, Starbucks, that sort of thing lah. So the unique part about payments is you have your big boys. They operate via terminals. So these terminals are facilitated via third-party aggregators. So there are only very few third-party aggregators. I'll simplify the jargon. You've got 5 middlemen, right? These are your
Jesus Christ.
third-party five players, main players lah. These guys give all the big boys terminals. So all you need to do is make friends with the 5 guys. Say, hey, bro, help me get Starbucks lah, bro.
Oh, then they link you up.
Of course, they will milk you somehow. They'll say, hey, bro, Starbucks they've got a lot of terminals, a lot of operational work. You know, we've got 600 terminals. You give me 200 ringgit per terminal lah. Help you do lah.
What the shit?
Right? Then be like, oh, okay lah. Then Starbucks is gonna say, hey, you want to enable this shit Yeah, you gotta give me something in exchange though. Yeah. So overall, that's the payments business for the big boys. For the small boys, it's just going up to them and say, hey, bro, put my QR there lah. Then they will say, hey, bro, my finance team gonna fuck me, bro. How do we recon all this? Then you say, hey, bro, don't worry lah. I give you an incentive. If people scan, I give you a discount. So you're giving your customers discounts not on your dime.
On your behalf.
On my dime.
Yeah.
So that's the game lah. That's it. So get everybody to accept the payments. We did a fantastic job, mind you, because we were fucking ballers lah.
Because
During
it's
COVID,
Shopee,
lah.
what? Yeah.
During COVID, Shopee is peak. Then we started food delivery business lah. So food delivery, I also started from ground zero. A lot of it was we had all of our relationships with the merchants from the payment side. So I go back to them again. Say, hey, bro. By the way,
I send you food as well.
I can deliver food for you that way, bro. Yeah, so with all the pre-existing connections, we started the food delivery business.
That sounds pretty exciting.
Yeah. So then the merchant side was quite clean. The rider side was a fucking bitch, man. Yeah, getting the riders was a pain in the ass.
What were
The core challenge for Malaysia, not enough riders, undersupply.
Wow.
Relative to demand lah.
But they can sort of, I suppose the available resources out there, they can also double dip or triple dip.
Yeah,
or
of
triple
course.
dip.
Yes,
You can be a Grab driver, you can be a Shopee
correct.
delivery, you can be Foodpanda.
It can be Lala Move.
Yeah,
Can be
whichever
all-
pays more, they'll take.
Fucking funny. It
Yeah.
can even be Shopee Express. You fucking deliver parcels also. So you're competing against yourself in some way. But that's not the point. The point here is it boils down to how much you're willing to pay the riders.
Yeah.
It's just what's the pay structure and what's Grab's pay structure.
What's the piece, bro?
Yeah, and what's Foodpanda's pay structure? You gotta be a better pay structure. Net, if you want to have the best pay structure, you're gonna lose money on
Cut in
every
lah.
order you make.
Holy
It is
shit.
that simple to layman terms. So every order, you get like fucking 100,000 orders a day. GG, you lose damn shit ton a lot of money because every order you lose money. So overall, shit business. But yeah, that's what I did. Food delivery. Then now I'm in TikTok lah. Yeah, that's a whole different beast lah. It's a complex, super complex e-commerce business model.
But I always know that you were saying that you're a spreadsheet numbers guy, right? So
Yeah.
even the way you explain it, it's like, well, sure, it's so easy to understand. It's all about the numbers. man.
Just simplify it. But right now, I just manage the P&L for TikTok shop.
ByteDance.
So
TikTok shop.
TikTok shop. Yeah, just a
okay.
shop for
Okay,
Malaysia.
Okay.
Which I find so unique because if you look at Shopee, right, what they're trying to do right now is they're trying to do content based on things they sell. Whereas TikTok was always content first, and now they're trying to sell
Yeah.
sell via content. So right now it's so strange when you go on Shopee, right, and then you start scrolling through and you're like, wait, am I on fucking TikTok? No, man, I'm on fucking Shopee. Man. You know?
Yeah.
So I think it's just it's so unique lah in that sense, right? They're trying to leverage on the fact that they had content this whole time, and it's such a mass base lah.
Yeah.
It's mad
It's
base.
a lot easier to be us than Shopee lah,
Yeah.
this stage.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one I can't go deep lah because I'm still there.
Yeah.
But stay tuned. March and April is coming. I mean, if you're listening, you get the point lah. If you're not, then fuck you lah.
What about you, Vince? So after your marketing role,
Yeah, the after marketing role was been in marketing for quite some time, but then I think marketing is one of those worker, right, that I find that unless you have something of yourself, it's hard to find meaning and really get invested into it. So I started my own thing, but it's all in teaching. And I think I basically just transitioned to becoming more of the trainer role. I even took my certification already.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Congrats.
so I'm now certified.
HRDF?
Yeah, certified.
Sick.
Submitted for accreditation as well. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna be transitioning more onto that. And I think one thing about being a marketer is that it helps you in the idea of explaining things well. So the training role, it's like seems to be something that I enjoy a lot. I've been doing it for the past 4 years, but more than that, I've actually been training and teaching kids, adults all along. So I think I kind of like in a place where I found my ikigai. Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, but in
Your life, my dream.
yeah, but in comparison to like some of the things that like people like Vick or Andrew does, right? It seems to be like a much bigger scale, bigger picture, because it involves a lot of development that is more than just marketing.
I mean, for sure.
That's how I feel. Yeah.
I think it may come off that way, but at least from my experience, this is very much tiny cog in a very, very, very large machine.
Yeah. I feel the same way in whatever that is that I do. All this, don't you feel that you also come in a similar background? Like the marketing is super tiny cog. And whatever that you propose in your PPTs and stuff like that, it takes a whole village to actually execute a change, man.
Yes, when you're in a bigger agency. So that's why I moved from the quote and unquote big agency to where I work now at MEP. Because I feel like when I work in MEP right now, I can make change like if I really wanted it. And I like to see change.
Bro, you're the
Lisan al-Gaib, bro.
Like, a bit of a side tangent, right? So we had this table in the office for the longest time. And I hate this table so much. This table blocks the way, it's so inefficient. And my mom and my auntie are like, no, save money. Don't buy a new table. I'm like, today I convinced them to move the table and say, we keep it in the warehouse, buy a new table. They're like, okay, we go IKEA, buy. I'm like, nice. Change. But jokes aside, what I truly believe is that when I present something to the client, right, I can really just change. I can change anything if I really wanted to change. And that's also because I'm privileged to be in the position I'm in, right? So if the client would ask me, hey, John, which MC do you think I should go? I can just say that MC I want, and he's like, okay, I trust you. And the whole event will probably just like freaking multiverse split. And then this is basically my decision.
Oh.
Yeah. And I can even go behind the scenes and I tell MC like, I need you to do it this way. It's like there's so much power in a way.
Oh, you come to that stage already.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, you can command.
Quite crazy, bro. And not only that, but I think the true joy right now, it's not like the fact that I live super near. It's not the fact that like I have the control. Actually, the true joy I feel, right, is when I solve a problem that the team needs solving. Like the team is like, wow,
using only your words, right?
Yeah. Wow, bro, I feel that main character is fuck, that one. Serious, dude. It's quite mad, like, when you inspire someone, right? And they're like, it's okay, I do it for you.
Yeah.
They're like,
it's like you no longer need to do the physical lifting, just using your words as like, wow, they see you as somebody else and then they follow your words. And then when they actually had the result from what you are asking them to do, it's like, wow.
Bro, that is actually Lisan al-Gaib.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's actually
not that profound, but I feel that there is
Lisa guy.
It's a Dune reference. Yeah. They say the chosen one.
Ah, I see.
The Messiah, right?
Yeah.
But when I get to make a decision like that, then the team just looks at me like, God fucking damn. That is like my true joy, I feel.
Yeah, that's the same thing that I find in training as well. It's like now you actually get to tell fundamentally what is right and as well as added with practical experience.
Yeah. Even when it's simple as like PowerPoint, right? Like you should just do it this way. Then when they look at it like, wow,
simple stuff, right?
Yeah, then they're like, God damn, man, this one really showcases your experience.
Little things, big impact.
Yeah.
I think this is more an example of you love what you are good at.
Yeah.
Than it is an example of small organization versus big organization. Because what you've just described as examples can also be very much be found in large corporate organizations.
100%.
Yeah.
You see it quite often actually with very, very experienced veterans. But it is just at the crux of it, the common ground, big or small organization is you just love what you're good at.
Yeah. I love what I'm good at. But it's the change also, to be fair. In my position, the change is possible. Sometimes like when you're in a really, really big structure, even when you inspire the overall, the big bosses or the board of directors say, hey, it can't be done. Then can't be done lah.
True
Whatever, right? Like I've been pushing really hard, right, to invest in like a different type of business model for MEP. And today it just went through.
Oh shit.
Yeah, then I'm like, wow, holy shit, man. That's fucking crazy way. And I pretended like, yeah, no big deal. So.
As one does.
I'm like, no big deal. So. But in my heart, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, it really went through.
So we talk about like first jobs, right? And then we're supposed to build it towards best job. So,
or at least like the job, the best job you do before you retire. Then we can close lah.
Yeah. But how long is that period that you want to do work in your best job?
Up to you. So I just want to start this by saying that I don't intend to retire. Okay? I intend to work. I like working. I admit it. You know?
But do you want the work to stop at 6 p.m.?
No.
Oh, wow.
It depends on the job. It really depends on the job. I really see joy in certain things. Like, for example, like I was at Anytime Fitness also. I saw a guy like lifting weights also. I'm like, wow, actually, you know, it'd be quite nice if I do a part-time trainer type of thing when I'm older. You know what I mean? Or like even at Jaya Grocer, if let's say I were to work at the cashier and then like, oh, you know, I can do it this way, you can do it this way, then I can assist with the backroom stuff. Because I'm familiar with the Lotus Malaysia, Tesco Malaysia back end, you know, sorting and all that. I think like, you know, people got to work lah, and I like having a purpose in life before I die lah.
But how does it in contrast with your, because I mean, we all know each other, right? It's like you've been saying that you've been working so hard and you're so tired.
I am, man.
Yeah, so how does it reflect with what you just said?
Because I think in life, maybe you need to feel happy, you need to feel sad, you need to feel like you have energy, and you need to feel like you're tired. If you are forever at this state where you're not tired, right? Maybe that is when you truly die, man. You just gotta, I like to feel the highs and the lows lah, maybe to sum it up lah. Feel highs and feel lows, then after that, that's when you're living life lah. Yeah. The rest of my life is quite stable lah, I feel. It's just events is pretty hardcore lah. It's like there was a day where I had 4 hours in 3 days. I'm like, bro, sleep 4 hours, 3 days is quite brutal, man. But after that, sleep feels fantastic, man.
So what's the dream job for the folks out there?
Dream job for me is any job lah, actually.
At the tail end of your career, I mean. Is it? I mean, if the answer is any job, then I guess that's fine.
But do you see yourself as a full event guy? Is it?
No lah, won't be in events lah. I think I'll probably do some kind of like repetitive role type of job. I love repetitive things. I get very efficient at the repetitive thing.
It's a
I get what you mean, man. I get what you mean.
Yeah. A bit brain dead.
It's a brain dead but optimized.
But
10 years
sometimes I think, you know, right, I was thinking, right, actually it would be damn sick, right, if I own like a shop of some sort. I don't know what the shop is, but I feel like it's a business owner type of thing.
Sell roti bakar, bro.
Yeah,
Bro,
man.
No lah, not F&B lah. F&B is a mess lah. Maybe selling something lah. I don't know lah. Out of shop lah. Quite cool lah. Maybe F&B for a while, but I don't know. Yeah, but I like that doing something. Yeah. I'll tell you a story about this Japanese guy in Okayama later lah, but don't want to drag. Yeah, maybe we go with Vic first. What's your dream end goal job?
Oh, shit.
No, don't have.
Same answer lah. I would not want to retire.
No.
But I want to retire like managing a football team.
Wow. Holy shit. Holy fuck.
Like my lifelong goal lah.
Is it?
But I'm nowhere near. I have not made any steps heading towards that direction. But who knows, like, Maurizio Sarri was a banker for like 20 odd years before.
Serious shit?
Yeah. Sarri was a banker.
What the fuck?
Before he started getting his football coaching license, and then, he went from Serie B, Serie A, and then he went to Chelsea.
Damn.
Yeah.
God damn.
So who knows? I don't know. I've not made any efforts for my retirement, but if I can retire managing a bunch of donkeys in the future, I think players will be donkeys.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think so. Even without pay, I'll do it.
You enjoy it?
I'll enjoy it.
Sounds like quite a stressful retirement.
That's quite nice, right? I mean,
quite nice.
Just look at someone like Roy Watson. Stressed out in the World Cup. Quite nice, right? Getting knocked out in the round of 16. It's quite dope, bro.
The fact that you've identified something that you're willing to do without pay, I think is half the battle won.
Yeah.
I think most people don't get that.
I don't know, man. I feel like the effort needs to translate.
I think it will
But I mean,
eventually lah.
the scale is different, like, you know, who knows, I could be just, you know, training some boys from the Taman or whatever.
Wow, that'd be quite dope also actually.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Mm.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
What about you, Vince?
Wait, going back to your point, I can relate that a lot because just recently, you guys know there's Malaysian wrestling company,
Mm.
right? And the guy who founded it is actually connected to the big leagues in some
WWE
ways.
and
Yeah.
Hey, dude, he met Booker T, right?
No, it's his sifu.
Oh.
It's his guru. He's under the lineage of Booker T's legacy or something like that.
I think I watched some YouTube videos about.
But this guy is pretty connected in the whole wrestling world.
Are you referring to the guest tomorrow?
The guest tomorrow?
Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow. And even Undertaker shout out him, you know, it's like give him a shout out. But it's not just a meager like somebody giving a shout out. This guy is actually kind of in a way have his feet in the wrestling world on the American side. But going back to your point about doing something for free, so there's a show that he organized. They will try to organize a show every 2 months. You guys should go, man. It's so different because when you watch wrestling on TV and you couldn't hear you could see the moves and you like. This one doesn't look real, but you're on the spot itself, hearing them smack skin to skin. Wow, that feeling is different. You know? So, anyways, I bought a ticket to go to the show. Then he just messaged me random question. Do you know how to shoot videos? I said, yeah. Good enough lah. Then after that, I kind of need help. So I ended up from buying a ticket to enjoy the show to me actually shooting the show
Backstage.
in front on the stage itself. So.
Shit.
Then it's like, yeah, he said, I'll pay you. It's like, it's fine. It's okay. So I can kind of relate to what you're saying because it's tiring. 2 hours holding a camera, going left and right, catching action. I was sweating like mad, but it was so fun, man. It's like, I can do this like forever. It's like, because I enjoyed wrestling so much. So if you're talking about like retire, I think that's probably something that I would want to do and just be a part of the whole wrestling business and in charge of every aspect of it. You know,
Actually, now that you say that, maybe my perfect retirement job is being a private tour guide to Japan, you know.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be quite dope when you
Actually,
hire me.
Bro, tour guide is my second thing that I have in my head. Wherever.
You pay me, I'll bring you to all the spots. I make all the reservations, everything all done, and you just follow me only.
And it will be nice because by the time you retire, the ones that you are bringing people to tour guide is people our age, our generation. So, you know, at least like,
It's quite dope.
they can understand the idea of what is a Google map. Or like,
just got to pay for my flight, pay for the accommodation. Then I just like bring you around, wait for you in line.
I'm sure there are people who are willing to pay for that.
Hold the flag.
Oh, private tour guide. Private tour guide is like for two people max. That type of thing.
You don't know, bro.
No, fuck it lah. No whole flag lah. Fuck this shit lah. Okay.
then you sit in the bus. You know why? How tour agencies make money? They put you in buses, all right, and
They drop you off at some.
They get you to be in bus as long as possible. So that's why all the tour companies, they always have like, I went to Japan. Then you hear the boomers always say, we've been to many parts of Japan.
Because they cover more.
Yeah, but the idea of them making money is that the longer we keep you in the bus, the more we earn. Because all we need to
The
do
less
is
they spend.
yeah, we just need to spend on petrol only. 4 hours drive from one place to another.
Oh.
That's how they make money. And then of course, like the other parts is they work with like those museums, those special places
Get a
selling
cut,
all this kind of stuff. But going back to your question is that I think before I retire, I'm set into doing marketing, like anything that's related to in the field of digital marketing. So whether it could be like doing marketing itself for clients, freelancing, or doing training, which I think I'm going to be more fully involved now. Marketing my own business. I think around that, I think I found that the subject or the topic or the expertise of marketing is truly very enjoyable. You get to translate things, convert people,
Storytelling.
and then see how you can up funnel and then create a whole automated process. And that is really what digital marketing is about, right? You want to create a whole funnel to automate the whole process.
Yeah, and then people just automatically just like go to you.
And then you improve like a little part. I always tell people like my strength is that I like to systemize things. So when you systemize things, you don't need to create the view all over again. But what's fun is that you tweak a little bit here, like, you know,
And it changes.
yeah, like the next iPhone, you know, you don't have to have the groundbreaking next phone, right? You just need to tweak a little bit of camera. And boom, wow, you see the camera that you take is like so nice, the photo that you take.
Shout out to Vincent when you do the VFO thumbnails, man. You've been tweaking this whole time.
Yeah, small little tweaks. Yeah, small little tweaks. And another thing is probably content creation when I retire. Just become a full content creator.
Bro, he edited that Seremban vlog so fast.
Yeah, but there's
Bro, the moment we walked out of Nick's car, right? The vlog was edited, bro.
The
That's,
fuck?
that's passion.
You edited on your phones or more, you know.
Yeah. Oh my
No,
god.
because I systemize how I do vlogs. Like, of course, you can take a look at the vlog and say, there's no music, there's no B-rolls or anything. But to me, like, those kind of vlogs are different perspective. Those kind of vlogs is only fun to watch when the people who are in the vlog, in the journey, watch it, but not as an outsider.
Yeah.
Because it's not meant to.
Outsider want context, bro, actually. You want more context.
They want more. They want more context. They want more entertainment and editing. But whereas those vlogs are how I do my vlogs when I go travel for myself and the people.
Right,
who
Mad speed. The moment I walked out, I got a link. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's the vlog.
Yeah, and then when you shoot footages, you shoot not more than 10 seconds.
Yeah. Easier
Yeah.
to clip it.
Then when you put together,
Oh, I see. Smart.
then when you put it together, it's like a very fast pace.
Pop, yeah.
Pop. It's like how we consume reels.
Bro, it's mad.
My G playing like 4D, 10G.
10G chess, bro. 10D chess. Man.
10D.
But it's the same for reels also, actually. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Now that you think about it, it's the cut short version. All right, Drew, what about
How about
you?
you?
I envy you guys, man. At least you guys know what you want to do. I believe life is just about trying things till you die. That's about it.
You know, open a TCG shop.
Sure, man.
Try lah.
You try. That's my motto. When I retire, and I hope that's fucking like yesterday. When I retire, I'm gonna just try random things, bro. And I'm gonna dislike most of them. I'm gonna just try the violin, don't like it. I can try cricket, I don't know, right? Fucking random shit lah. Till I die. That's about it. Yeah, not the best story to be told, but I think that's what life is about.
But hey, what's stopping you from? I'm not trying to say like as if I try everything, but since that's what you want to do when you retire, what's stopping you from doing that like now?
I'm time poor.
Oh,
I am obscenely time poor.
wow.
I wake up, first thing I look at, I open my fucking work app. I'm already working.
Lark.
Yeah. I'm already working. I fucking take a dump, working.
Wow.
Driving in traffic, I'm texting, sending out whatever fucking PDF, fucking PPT nonsense. Come back at 10. I'm fucking dead. Sleep, repeat. That's about it.
Sounds about right.
That's a 996 life, man. China, man.
Super time poor. Can't do shit. Yeah.
I see. I can get it done. Can
I
empathize
just-
with that.
That's damn sad, man.
Yeah.
What's the question? Sorry.
They have a meeting in Lark, is what Nick is asking.
Oh
and
yeah, that's what they always do, bro.
Yeah.
And Lark is such a poor system, honestly. I feel it's so
what's the Lark?
messy. It's just like Microsoft Teams, but worse.
The best part is that the lead is always on leave. Oh.
Yeah, it's just a terrible system. And then not only that, like I don't know why you have watermarks everywhere.
Not paid lah.
Yeah.
Unpaid version.
No. You have a watermark for like if it's Andrew's account, it says Andrew.
Correct.
So
It's to show like if you screenshot PNC information, you know who took that screenshot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's such a messy platform. And then when you find documents, it's a mess also. I
Yeah,
remember
it's in
you-
shambles.
Yeah, it's a terrible because my recent client was a China client also. Then now it's such a mess, bro.
Is it Teams equivalent?
It's more extensive than that.
Oh, okay.
It is an email client mixed
WhatsApp.
with WhatsApp, mixed with Google Sheets
Okay.
or Google Sheets, Docs, PPT, slides, whatever, the whole charade. It's also Zoom.
It's a mess, bro. I tell you, you find documents damn
Teams-ish
hard,
lah.
bro.
It's like a platform that has everything that a company needs.
Teams is the nearest, I feel.
So
you can
how-
drag docs, you know.
But
you go
it's more than that also. Like you also can integrate Workday into Lark.
Yeah.
Right? So you apply your leave via Lark.
So how much of AI have they incorporated into it?
A lot.
A lot.
That's why I got layoffs lah. By dance. 900 folks.
Or do you use
slash?
Lark as well?
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, you have ChatGPT and Lark, but you also have ChatGPT and WhatsApp. I guess it's the same
What do you
shit.
call it? LARK. How do you spell it?
LARK.
You know, nowadays I've been operating, just speaking to Gemini, like speaking and Gemini and then just playing it. So can you also do the same thing in Lark where it's like you drive and then it's like, hey, Lark, open up this PowerPoint that I just
No.
not to that extent.
Not that I know of, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it could. There are too many things that I just don't know what it can and cannot do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can,
I-
meh? But
Yeah,
you
fucking
got to
everything,
do it.
bro.
But you got to do it. No, but you got to go like, hey, Lark, open up this document I
Just
received
last edited
like
2 days
weeks
ago.
Huh? Oh, so it's not voice, right? Okay.
Because I've been checking out, because I used to work with a Singapore media agency that services Gemini, Google Cloud, and then Google is all about Gemini, right? And then they were giving demonstrations like how you can just access your PDFs using the Gemini chat assistant if it's linked to your Google Workspace.
Got it.
Yeah, you can open up like a specific file from whatever, and then just writing. Basically, it's sorting lah. It's like.
But knowing ByteDance, that feature probably exists lah for luck.
Is it?
Yeah. Knowing how ByteDance operates, they would have done that competitive analysis.
Just got ask in Chinese, is it? Ask in Mandarin.
Maybe, yeah.
我有 PDF All right lah. Let us know in the comment section what is your dream pre-death job.
Job.
Retirement job. I don't know. Just
Give us a story of your first job to where you're currently at and how you want to retire.
yeah.
That's the theme of today's episode.
That's much better. Yeah. All right. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Love you long time. Bye bye.